We can still remember the times when we would sneak out of our rooms and watch WWE while everyone was already sleeping. We made sure that the television was at the lowest volume to not get caught. Being sleepy for school was no problem as long as we see our favorite wrestlers. After all, we can catch some sleep while riding the bus. That said, we can never forget the impact of the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2021. The Great Khali, the Gentle Giant. If you have the height and the heft of the Great Khali, you are automatically a heel. That's how Andre the Giant was to Hulk Hogan, and Khali is no different. We kept on wondering how tall he is and if he is any good in the ring. Well, he didn't need any flashy moves because, let's face it, he can't do it. Khali was a typical bully that imposes their will, and a slap to the opponent's chest and a chokeslam was all his repertoire. Of course, it would be realistic for him to win the WWE Championship, which he did. We can never forget his match with Rey Mysterio as well, because it was a weird pairing. But the biggest delight of them all was when he was made a face. It's downright comical to see a man as big as him dancing awkwardly. Of course, who wouldn't crack a smile every time he did it with no emotion? Molly Holly, the first inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2021. Our staff here at Watson Sports had three favorite WWE divas during the turn of the millennium: Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus, and Molly Holly. That said, it was hard to take sides when Stratus and Holly fought for the women's title. However, the latter was the more sentimental pick because it could be her first title. Lo and behold, she pulled it off. Of course, how can we forget her superhero image with the Hurricane? It's just right that this wrestling tandem revealed her inclusion to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2021. But also, let's also give props to her Romeo and Juliet relationship with Spike Dudley, when both families are mortal enemies. Finally, how about the time Victoria shaved all her hair off? Beyond those storylines, Molly Holly is a perfect role model for the next generation of divas to emulate. Eric Bischoff. We watched that episode wherein Vince McMahon announced that Bischoff will be joining the WWE. Most were in a state of disbelief and thought that it was a bluff. But when he came out of the gorilla position, a mixture of shock and surprise went over almost all of us. Didn't McMahon and Bischoff despise each other just years earlier? Bischoff almost brought the WWE to extinction. But like what they always say in the corporate setting, hire great people. No doubt, Bischoff is one of the best general managers ever. Even when he was a villain, we still liked him because he helped make the show better. He was also good at the microphone, which helped build his alter ego on the ring. Finally, who wouldn't get a kick out of his theme music? I'm back, and better than ever. Kane. From wrestler to politician to WWE Hall of Fame inductee. While we almost get caught with most of our illegal WWE escapades during our early years, as we scream after seeing Kane's routine with the red pyrotechnics. You know, that thing after he puts his arms down and the screen turns red? When we hear someone in one of the rooms moving closer to our doors, without a choice, we need to turn off the TV and get back to bed. As time went by, we got used to his show. Honestly, we always remembered Kane as one half of the Brothers of Destruction. That's why it's also poetic that The Undertaker revealed his induction to the WWE Hall of Fame. But he became the lunch pail wrestler who went to work no matter what. We admire his journey from being the evil brother to corporate Kane and eventually Mayor Kane of Knox Country, Tennessee. The Big Red Machine deserves to be in this legion of wrestling luminaries. Those were the amazing WWE Hall of Fame class of 2021. I'm Bin Cuevas from Watson Sports. For more content just like this, head on over to watsonsports.com.